Ah, hello. So I am Bez, and I want to talk about agency and excitement and sometimes comfort and also the connections. But I don't want to talk about board games for the moment. I want to talk about Songkran. Now, for those who don't know, Songkran is basically tinier, and traditionally you would just splash wee bits of water, be like, okay, here, like, let's splash the Buddhas. And it's good luck, apparently, to splash people. And then at this point, it's basically people wandering around, wanting to be splashed, wanting to be shot by water pistols. Yesterday, I went out with a gang and we were pew, 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 and then like they chucked entire buckets of cold water over us. Hello, Jess. It is lovely to see you. Yes, so I went out. It wasn't for super long, so I just wanted to quickly tell the story. So I was cycling to Ceylon about 1846 on the clock that's above the road. They've got this clock that's all English because it makes sense. Most people do know the year 2024 compared to, yeah. I'm glad you managed to get your rest. So I went there, had fried sandwich and sausage wonton for $10 each. That was decent. And then approximately 1846, exactly, like give or take 5 minutes. I think it was 1846, but my memory is not infallible. Do you know what I mean? It might have been 1842. For all I know, it might have been 1847. That's not the point. Anyway, so we were shuffling along. Like, the whole thing is pretty packed. Like, I think that between that street and Notting Hill Carnival, it's fairly similar. I mean, if you're ever feeling actually overwhelmed, you can move one street in and then wander down, or you can go down to the food areas where there's fewer people and you can get more food. It's brilliant. You can just wander around while not in battle. I don't think it's even a water gun fight. I don't think it's a fight. I think it's basically a cooperative attempt to get as wet as possible, to bring joy to each other. Like, I was thinking about this. Okay, so if you see life as a game, like my objective is to maximize my happiness. And Sanuk, what does that? I don't know what Sanuk means, sorry. No, see, this is what I'm saying. I don't know if I agree that it's a water fight. I think that's the best way to explain it to people who haven't seen it. But I think the whole notion of a water fight, as I walked through, it was like, I don't feel competitive. I'm shooting people in the neck, and then they turn around and I'm like, it was me. And then I'm enjoying them shooting back. Do you know what I mean? It's incredibly playful, and I think that's the key thing. Jess says ties value fun above most other things. I do love that. But yeah, it reminded me of, at one point, okay, we're all in this marching along together, and it's a little bit hard to really navigate your own path. I don't mind walking with everyone else, but I want to have a little bit more freedom to go, you know what? I think I had to duck out at one point just because it felt too much like a big queue, and I was starting to get a little bit uneasy. But then coming out to the left, like, you've got people on the edge of the road who are splashing you, and then there was one bit where, like, there was a conveyor on the middle, and then I went there, and then there were people splashing me, and then going down to get more food, I was like, pew, 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 pew. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to eat. And I'm coming back onto the main road, shooting everyone, walking along. Wait a minute, I know this area very well. My very good friend lives here. I'm going to fill up my water bottle. It was around now that I kind of thought, if I had my phone, I would have rung you up just to say, hey, I am in your area. I could maybe meet you downstairs. I don't want to get your place wet. But regardless, I was like, this This is a water filling station. I know this is a meaningful water station. This is the water filling station where I learned to fill fill the water from a lovely friend. I enjoyed Succumb today, says Jess, because it was more free without a big queue, but Ceylon is also fun. So yeah, I feel like it would be really interesting to explore the different places. And I actually want to I'm going to talk about work stuff afterwards. So let me finish talking about Songkran. Police person, totally soaked. I was like, hey, what's going on? Like, am I allowed to shoot this person? And then after someone else shot the police, I was like, yeah, I'm going to shoot the police as well. Going up to a big mall where like everyone's able to walk around and just look down, but the walkway was locked off. So then I came back down, but it was still a pretty gosh darn good view. Like if I had a camera or something, there were literally thousands of people in view. It was pretty cool. Then, oh yeah, excitement came. Soon after, the road started reopening to cars and motorcycles. I was like, what's going on? And then I carried on walking in the place where maybe wasn't meant to, because, Bangkok, it's fine. And then the police told me to go off to the edge, so I thought I'd better listen to the police. And then, everyone was spilling back into the road again, so I followed what the crowd was doing, because if everyone's doing it, it's fine. And then there was a big truck, like with a, it was like a cylinder or like, I don't know, a tank or something. It was just driving through. And then I saw some people on the top of it and I was like, clearly it's kind of okay to go up there. Do you know what I mean? Because there's all these people already on top. So I'm just going to climb on top of this vehicle. And I was literally climbing on top of this vehicle, like hanging on with my arm kind of in between the railing, just so I wouldn't fall off, and then my legs like that, and then shooting. I was shooting everyone. Like, again, I was shooting hundreds more people, and hundreds of people were shooting me. And yeah, like, it was so good. Honestly, again, yes, you can call it a water gun fight, but I'm not sure if a water gun fight was is quite the right way to put it, because it was so cooperative, it was so playful. It felt far more like play. It didn't, yeah, I guess maybe I'm objecting to the word fight, but I guess it probably was a water gun fight by definition, I just don't like that term. But like, I was there being soaked by these big guns for like, just as the car drove slowly. And then yeah, I agree with Jess. Jess says, I wonder if water fights are ever fights, because they are usually play. Like, to me, yeah, like, is a snowball fight really a snowball fight? Because if it's a fight, that kind of, to me at least, suggests a very clear winner and loser, and we're going to dominate the other person. But yeah, with snowball fights, I can imagine a little bit more of a vindictive nature, where it's like, okay, I'm going to get you, and I'm going to duck. But with the water fight, like, I'm literally just hanging on the back of this car in the open, basically begging people to shoot me, because I'm totally exposed, and I'm just shooting everyone going along. And then eventually my water gun runs out for the second time. I fill it up with the remainder of the bottle that I filled up by Jess's place. And yeah, maybe I should delete this. But yeah, let me take so I filled up, I had about this much water left in a bottle, poured it into my water gun thing, got back to shooting, ran out again, and by that point I was like, okay, this truck's basically stopped. I'm just going to walk to my thing. And yeah, Jess says, that's basically me. cycled back home, and I bought 2 treats. They are reduced. Normally, I think they were like 19, but now they're 14, so that's pretty good. 28 for the two of them. So this, oh, I can't read that. That's Ina, no, Ga, Kam, Ga, no. Anyway, so this seems to be some. Honestly, I can't read very well, so just go by the picture. Alloy, it's like toasted sesame. It's so tasty. I mean, Alloy, very tasty. Alloy Mac. Okay. Anyway, looking at Jess's things. Nice bedding, thank you very much. Doo-ba-doo-boo. I would have come out to the front. I did come out for a few moments earlier, but was totally unarmed, so I felt I couldn't walk around unarmed. I mean, you could have filled up your water thing. Yeah, that would be interesting in a small town or village. Although I do like the opportunity to walk around, and I have noticed that there are definitely parts where people aren't expecting you to shoot them. Like last night, I mean, I think it was okay, and as I was cycling back, maybe this is slightly dangerous, but last night I kind of was holding onto the bike with one arm, and with the other I was shooting people on the pavement and then waving to them as I walked my bike. Yeah. It's funny because most people seem to leave Bangkok for Songkran, and at the same time, most people seem to take to the streets of Bangkok. Yeah, I guess it's people aren't staying at home, people are coming out, and people are doing all those things. And yeah, I totally agree. It's super hot, and then the water cools you down, and then you get the ice water, and sometimes it's hot water, and that's fine. Did I know that these originated in Myanmar? Apparently, I did not. Thank you very much. I was unsure about if it was okay to mention, the area you live in. That was what I was concerned about. Due to the war, the Myanmar water fights are not currently happening. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I can read better than 98% of foreigners in Thailand. Thank you very much. I couldn't have, but I don't know. I like being armed. I am part of the water fights at all times that I'm outside. Some foreigners got angry and sick of it today. Haha. When I shot them, if they don't want to get wet, they should stay home. I agree, Jess. Like yesterday when I was, and I mean, I guess it depends on the area, doesn't it? When I was walking from the side of Lumpini Park, I parked my bike, I don't know how long, maybe 2 minutes walk from where you cross the road. And during that stretch, I wasn't shooting everyone. I was just shooting the people who had water guns, because it's like, okay, you've got water guns, you're clearly part of this, I'm going to shoot you. But then when you're part of Ceylon Road, it's like, this is the action, this is where it's happening, I'm just going to shoot you regardless if I've got the water. So I honestly don't know. I think the important thing is you don't aim for, like, I try to aim for safe places. I try to aim for like the shoulder or like the neck, just like a, and then like, or something like I try, I think as long as it's just a quick boop, like just a, hey, you're slightly wet, I think that's cool. I think that if you're going to properly pour a bucket of someone over someone, that should probably be reserved for someone who's clearly into it or has at least got a water gun with them. And I think if you're going, I think in general also, avoiding the eyes and ears is really good. Blumeneck, Jess. Yeah, I don't know if I should have shown that. I was friendly. Just some friendly water fire. Also, it's hot. I was merely trying to help people. Tomorrow, I would also be keen to check how it's I am. Sure. Is that close? Anyway, I'm going to wrap up my thing and then get to bed, because I want a relatively early night so I can get up at 6 tomorrow. So I just want to say, after I cycled home, so I think it's safe to tell the internet I'm in this small street. I live basically at a dead end, and in order to get out, I need to go past a bar, and I see the bar owner maybe twice a day, fairly often. And then today she was, how can I put it? As I wandered past, there were like three people pouring water on each other, and then I cycled back to get to refill my bottle, and as I walked back, willingly making myself a target, she came over and said to me, well, two other people chucked things on me, and then the owner kind of came with this big bowl and said, "It's good luck, madame. Shh. Ah, shh. You are beautiful," which I absolutely love. And so, yeah, that was basically the end of my night. Anyway, so that's my day 2 of Songkran. Much love. Jess says, I absolutely love Siam. I need to check that on the map. Yeah, okay, thanks for okay, anyway, thank you very much. I'm going to say goodnight. I think I kind of wanted to say something about work. I don't know if it's appropriate to say that publicly, but I'm just going to check in with myself. Like, I am willing to say this much. Today, like last night, I had a lovely talk with my friend, game designer Gil Hova. Wonderful person. I was feeling a bit down. I think I'm also a bit down because yesterday my phone might have got messed up. Obviously, today I just left it here to dry. But yeah, Gil Hova was talking about the work, personal being separation, and obviously I'm working on having, how can I put this, different priorities at different times. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. And stretching time, says Stream Elements. Okay. Get up, sit down. I think the reason that I did this stretching time, by the way, is because when one of my parents had their second or third heart attack, and then they went to get sorted, and then they were told that if you're sitting down, get up at least every 40 minutes. So Gil is the first name and Hova is the surname. They are a wonderful designer, lovely person. Had a lovely chat with them last night, which for them was technically Saturday morning USA. They live in USA, and late Saturday my time, and it perked me up and it got me thinking. And today I've been thinking about, okay, I was disappointed about the phone. I was super stressed about it. I still am. I hope it fixes, but I don't see that as being realistic. But even before that, I was, how can I put this? I was feeling super stressed because of work, and that's a kind of messed up thing when my work is meant to be something that I love, and I do love it. Yeah, so Gil Hova, as mentioned there. Again, wonderful person. Like, this is still me talking kind of as Bez. Like, I'm working on my full name. I don't know whether Bez is going to be my first name or my middle name. I'm willing to take inputs on that. I'm not willing to take inputs on anything else. I mean, I'm willing to take inputs on some other things in life, but nothing else with regards to my name. So basically, whether Bez should be first or second compared to the other more familiar name. And love hearts to you too. So basically what I'm feeling is it's a long-term, like in the short term, I need to get stuff done and try to be less of a perfectionist and try to see where I can cut corners for my own mental health and just say this is good enough and I'm going to get it out. But long term, there do need to be changes, and I'm strongly considering inviting someone to basically be a manager and giving them some responsibilities, because I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Like in the same way that with a shop, you might have the shop owner and the manager who does the day-to-day running. If I say, okay, I'm officially working for Stuff by Bez 4 days a week, I mean, I think that would be healthier, like to be able to say, okay, some days I'm actually taking off, and some days I might be doing, like, maybe 3 days would be better because I'm going to end up doing game-related stuff for my own interest and going to other game design meetings anyway. But it would be helpful to me to have someone help me populate, and do the to-do list. And I do have someone in mind, which is a very good thing. So for years, I felt like I needed a partner to take some of the weight off. So I guess I'm publicly saying that whilst I'm not going to name names, like we've not started anything, I need to actually approach them and ask. But like, yeah, that's something that I'm pondering. Anyway, much love. I'm going to get to bed. Tomorrow I've got a work date to do some co-working together, so I've also realised that I just don't like being alone. That, like, sometimes I really need to be alone together. Do you know what I mean? There's benefits in being alone together. It's not, if you're just, how can I put it? It's not just about, hey, we're here and we're going to always be talking. Like, sometimes just having that shared space, whether it's we're studying together or whether you're reading a book or playing a solo game or whatever. Anyway, that is me. Yeah, Jess mentions that Ceylon is very loud. In my place in Saton, I can definitely hear some music, but I imagine it's a lot quieter than where you are. But yes, much love. And all that's left to say is bye bye, bye bye. This is a goodbye song. Do, 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 do. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Do, 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 do. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, bye bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.